Hi, welcome to the educational features video of the stock exchange game. The major goals of the game are to learn the basics of how to buy and sell stock on the stock exchange. Avoid any major math or tracking of pricing. The game is fast-paced and very fun. The winner will retire with the most assets at the end of the game. There are 3 levels of play in the stock exchange game: family fun mode, strategic level mode, and teams play. Having 3 layers of play hopefully make the game very flexible and versatile for your family to enjoy for years. The biggest goal of the game by far is to be fun and engaging for the whole family. This game was developed with some educational goals in mind. First is the concept of indirect learning, where the player plays a fun game, is engaged, and indirectly learns the terminology and the strategies for the stock market. Hopefully by playing, this will get players over the initial fear of the stock market and its complexity, demystifying the stock market so you have the ability to go and buy stocks in the future on the real stock exchange. The key concepts, some basic strategies, and the terminology used in this game are also the basic ones used in the real stock exchange. Here are just some of the terms the players will learn indirectly while playing the stock exchange game. Here are some of the key concepts that the players will learn indirectly while still having a great time. Supply and demand, fair market value, compounding profits, critical thinking, money management, planning and strategy, and global thinking. Some features of this game include there's no major math, just simple addition, no tedious manual tracking of stock prices as they go up and down. Winning of the game is individual, goal-oriented. The game is color-coded on its component and the board to make playing easy and fun. Each card, as you will see, has a Did You Know section, which is optional to read, but very educational. At first glance, the board and the components of this game look like vintage games you probably grew up playing. Don't be fooled. This game plays significantly different than any game that you've played in the past. Let's demonstrate some of the main features of this game. One of the major educational features of this game are the world event and stock alert cards. In this example, the player lands on a world event, draws a world event card from the stack, and follows the directions on the bottom of the card. Each card contains a world event, description, and also how that event affected the stock market within the game. In this example, there's a Middle East war, and as a result, Texas Oil Company goes up. The bottom section of the card is optional to read, not required to play the game. However, this section is educational in purpose and is very informative. You'll be surprised how much you and your family learns by reading these sections. When a player lands on a stock block space on the board, he or she has a few options whether to buy, sell, or make an advanced deal. In this case, let's assume the player buys the stock. Each stock space on the board is unique. In this case, BFM, B&F Manufacturing, has 5 shares. The broker would issue a stock block certificate for each share purchased. Notice the color on the board and the color of the share is the same. All of the details about the stock are included on the board space and the stock certificate. These numbers are not required to be understood fully to play the game and have fun. In the natural course of playing the game, the players will learn all of the terms on these cards. As with World Event and Stock Alert cards, gold coins are used to increase or decrease the value of a stock dynamically during the course of the game. The Stock Alert cards are similar to the World Event cards in structure. However, the information on these cards are very specific to the US stock market. Again, a fact at the top of the card and a result of a stock alert are at the top section of the card. On the bottom, a did you know fact. Stock alert and world event cards can affect multiple companies at a time, causing them to go up or down. The strategic level of the game is for more serious players. They can do advanced deals such as mergers and acquisitions where a larger company buys a smaller company, hostile takeovers, stock puts, also known as hedges, stock shorts. They can also take a company private. Teens and adults will like this level of the game, quickly finding that advanced deals adds much more strategy to the game, multiple ways to win. Let's jump forward in time and see how a player retires towards the end of the game. To successfully retire and win the game, the player must go diagonally across the middle of the board. This section is filled with possible retirement issues that the player must have planned in advance for to successfully retire. For example, if the player is not diversified or has risky stocks and investments, most likely they will be penalized during this retirement process and probably not win the game. A player starts the retirement process by landing on the retirement party space, exact number not required, and proceeds diagonally across the board, rolling one die to reach the retired space at the other corner of the board. Only the first player to successfully retire gets a retirement bonus equal to the roll of both dice times the number of stock sectors. In this case, the blue player rolls an 8. They have 5 stock sectors, equaling $40,000 of a retirement bonus. All other players must now go to retirement party space, proceed by rolling one dice diagonally across the board to get to the retired space. After all players have reached the retired space, each person adds up all their total assets. The player with the most total assets and cash wins the game. Hopefully this short video has given you some insight into the educational features of the stock exchange game.